Peekaboo, supported by Mamia at Aldi.
Now, in 2011, we launched our hugely popular Bump to Baby series, where we followed one mum-to-be on her exciting journey through pregnancy. 5 years on, ahead of our new Bump to Baby series, we decided to catch up with mum Siobhan Byrne and her baby, no longer a baby, to chat about her experience on the show and what the past 5 years have brought. We are also joined today by our new expecting mum, Deirdre O'Sullivan, and the gorgeous Riley, who we're falling in love with. She's going to be sharing her story with you at home over the next couple of months. But before we chat to the guys, let's take a quick look back at Siobhan's pregnancy journey.
I think they call it love. It's nothing to be scared about. Believe me. Ain't nothing we can do. Just let it be a part of you and feel it. I wanna let you know. I promise to never let you go. You know.
Lovely regular little heartbeat here. It's lovely.
Heavenly Father, I am overcome with gratitude to Thee.
That was Siobhan and her hubby and Caitlin welcoming Ben into the world, and he joins us now. Benjamin, no longer a bump or a baby, he's 5 years old, and we're also joined by our new bump to baby mum. It is Deirdre O'Sullivan and the lovely, gorgeous Riley. Welcome, one and all. I'm going to have to, Deirdre, very important that we meet you and get to know about you, but we're going to have to go to Siobhan because she was our first bump to baby mum, and it was very funny, Siobhan, watching Ben watch himself as just a picture on a screen.
Is that my mum? That's me. I was like, yeah, that was you kicking and giving the hand. It just actually brought a tear to my eye again, seeing the scan and hearing the heart. It was just amazing. Like, I'll always have that for his 18th birthday, 21st, you know?
To mortify him with.
Yes, and then me walking down the corridor, you know, 2 weeks late. 2 weeks late, but we won't say anything. So everybody was waiting.
I just said to you there, the last 5 years, has it flown by in a few seconds? And you said it's just vanished.
Absolutely, yeah. I was just saying to Deirdre inside in the room or whatever, you know, when children are little and kids, especially that baby stage, people are like, oh, they're only babies for, you know, a heartbeat or whatever. And you're like, yeah, when you're doing nappies and sleepless nights and, you know, feed in the middle of the night and everything. And it just, now he started school in September and it's just flown by. It only feels like 2.5 years ago.
And when did you let Ben know that he'd been on the telly as a baby?
Well, we sort of... Caitlin talks about it more.
Caitlin talks about it a lot. She was a big part of it, Caitlin.
She was like, remember they came out to the house to film or whatever?
I remember well.
Yeah, and she was like, oh, and they brought prezzies and everything. I was like, yeah. So, yeah, he talks about it a little time, but, you know, boys, not into it as much.
So, Ben, that's you, Ben, as a little baby in your mum's tummy. Is that a bit strange?
What?
Yeah, a little bit strange, says Ben.
There's Dad.
There's Daddy. And by the way, Benjamin is the spit of Daddy. He is a little mini me. He is absolutely the image.
All the birds would be happy to hear that. We do all the hard work.
There you go. Now, before we pass the baton on to Deirdre, did you enjoy doing the Bump to Baby series? Because I know you got a huge reaction from women around the country.
Yeah, amazing time. And I got some lovely messages. And even when we were in Holles Street as well, all the doctors and nurses as well were great in there. And, you know, we stayed in for 3 days after he was born, and the messages I got on the Bump to Baby page and even from you guys here or whatever was just amazing. And I got recognised there. I still sometimes get recognised walking around.
Bump to Baby mum!
Yeah, and a lady stopped me the other day and she was like, oh my God, wait, it's Benjamin. My son's 4.5 as well. And we were standing there chatting like, and I was like, that's just mad, but just so nice, really nice.
So Deirdre, are you ready for that level of fame? First of all, let's get to know you a little bit, okay? You have beautiful, gorgeous Riley here on your lap. So how old is Riley?
Riley is 9 months.
9 months?
Yeah.
Hi, Riley. And you're teeny tiny, so we can't see, but you're how far along currently?
5 months.
5 months,
yeah,
okay.
20 weeks, yeah.
20 weeks.
Yeah.
And why did you decide to become our next Bump to Baby mum?
I suppose just, you know, just for something. I suppose because I'm at home with the 3 kids and this was a surprise pregnancy, so I just said,
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, so
Had
why
you
not?
watched Siobhan as Bump to
No,
Baby? You
I
hadn't? Okay, I was
no.
wondering.
No, because
okay.
I would have probably been. I was trying to think why I'd missed it because I normally do watch the show, but then I was thinking I was probably working full time at the time. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what does everyone at home think? What does Daddy and Hubby and Granny and Granddads, what do they all make of it?
Well, my sister thinks I'm mad, but some people are like, yeah, it's great, you know. But yeah, I'm excited about it. So, yeah.
And when you've watched just that little clip there, like, we're going to be there for most of it.
Yeah.
You're okay with that?
Yeah, I am.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
And you've got 2 kids already?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
okay.
have.
So you're well versed at this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I hope.
You hope, yeah.
It's always different.
How were those pregnancies?
Yeah, they were good. Ruby's my eldest, so she's 6. So yeah.
So we should say hello to Ruby this morning.
Ruby,
There she
yeah,
is.
that's Ruby. And my little boy Logan, he's 5.
Ah, Logan.
Logan, he was a bit difficult at the end to have him, but
Okay.
he had shoulder dystocia.
Oh.
So, but he was fine. I didn't have to have a section or anything like that. So
Okay.
he was grand. And yeah, then we had Riley.
Then you did and then you got a surprise
Yes,
treat.
surprise, yes.
And a lot of women get surprises.
Yeah.
Emotionally, how is that to deal with? When you're kind of thinking, we're done there, we'll start raising them now, and you get an added surprise. Lots of joy, obviously.
Yeah, shock and then
yeah.
joy, yeah. Because you're kind of like, oh, you know, again, but sure, you know, more the merrier. Be
All
great
children,
for
all
Riley.
children are a
Yes.
blessing. All
Yes.
children are a blessing. Do you have a due date, Deirdre, or what's your birthing plan, if you have one?
The due date is about the 12th of October.
12th of October,
Yeah.
okay.
So I'm kind of more laid back about this one. And Riley was more organised and planned, I suppose.
Sure,
I'm
now
still
it's like,
kind of-
here's another one.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
And I know that, Siobhan, when you did this, it was great for mums first time out. Because, you know, and obviously you guys have a lot more experience now, but I know that we got a huge response from mothers who were about to have a baby for the first time and were really kind of scared
Well,
and
I just
full of
think-
trepidation.
Yeah, well, even with Caitlin, like, there was 2.5 years, so a lot had changed. And I even doing the series, I learned stuff that I hadn't learned from Caitlin.
What did you learn? What did you take from doing the series yourself, Siobhan?
I just think to look after yourself.
Yeah, to mind yourself.
Mind yourself
Yeah.
first, especially when you have other children, you know. To take that time out. I loved the yoga. I loved some of the stuff that we did. Also, as well, it's the breastfeeding as well. That if it doesn't work for you,
So be
don't,
it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, don't beat yourself up. Yeah.
Yes, you know what I mean? And especially afterwards, because you've just had a baby and there's a lot going on in the body, a lot going on...
In the brain.
Yeah, exactly. Sleepless nights and everything. So just give yourself time or whatever, you know? And if you need a good cry, have a good cry.
Good advice, good advice. And when it comes again to Deirdre doing the series, what advice would you give to Deirdre?
Have a ball. It's just have a ball. It is. And you have all these memories to look back on and show them him or her. You know,
Do
when
we
they're-
know, or are we waiting
No,
for a
we're
surprise?
waiting for a surprise.
Well, if
but,
it started as a surprise, it should finish as a surprise.
yeah, Logan wants a brother, so...
Oh, Logan wants a brother.
Yeah,
I
he's
see.
saying it's a brother.
Well, hopefully we'll get a brother for Logan. But we just want a child who's
Yes,
safe and
yeah,
well and
exactly.
everything is wonderful.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to your pregnancies, you've been having chats outside, I know.
Yeah.
So did you go through similar experiences? I know for every mum it's different. So how did they measure up what you've been through as mothers so far, your experiences?
I think every pregnancy, even though we're the same, can be different.
Of course.
Like every baby is different. Benjamin was totally different to Caitlin. I thought, you know, I know this. I've already had one child, but he showed me things that I didn't think would ever would happen, you know. So I do, but I think, you know, as you go along, every pregnancy is different. So we had stuff in common, but it changes. You know, I was very sick in the first trimester with Benjamin, and then it went away or whatever, you know, and I had a good pregnancy. So, yeah.
And you have had challenges. You've mentioned that your little boy had muscular dystrophy.
Yeah, Logan was
yeah.
diagnosed 3 years ago. He's diagnosed with Duchenne muscular dystrophy when he's 2.5.
Now, we've met children with Duchenne on the show before, but just for people who mightn't be familiar with it, just to explain what that actually means.
Basically, it's his muscles are deteriorating over time. So, like, to look at him now, he is perfectly
in those
normal
pictures,
little boy.
he looks like a perfect little boy.
You wouldn't
Yeah.
even know there was anything wrong with him. He's just that he wouldn't be as fast as any other little boy his own age.
Good work,
he'd
Siobhan.
be tired easily,
She's doing some Riley
you know.
distracting there. So he's losing muscle mass.
Yeah, His muscles are deteriorating. So he has a little wheelchair, but he only uses it for long distances now at the moment. Since we put him on steroids like a year and a half ago, he's really come on. Like a lot of things he couldn't do, he's able to do now. So he's doing really well. So we just take it each day as it comes.
That's the best way to take it.
Yeah, and for me, I found out then I'm a genetic carrier of the condition.
I was about to ask you, do you have concerns now for this
pregnancy?
pregnancy?
A little now.
Yeah.
If it's a boy, it's got a 50% chance of having the condition. Now, it may not have the condition either. Or if it's a little girl, it might be a carrier of the condition. But there again, it might have 50%. It's not.
But as it stands, all is good.
Yeah,
all is good. But
yeah.
Deirdre, can I say, it's lovely to meet you.
Thanks very
And we're
much.
about to get to know each other really well. Siobhan and I got to know each other very, very well. Better than your husbands might know you. So thank you for doing it, because it's quite a brave thing to put yourself out there, and you're about to become best friends with lots of women out there as well. So we welcome you to the Ireland AM family. And Siobhan, it's lovely to see you and
Thank you. I
Benjamin
wish
as well.
Deirdre the best of luck as well in the series.
Thank you so much, guys.
New arrivals supported by Mamia at Aldi.